Hello everyone, welcome back to Data Analysis YouTube channel. In this particular video, we will be going through Xlookup. Xlookup is a phenomenal function in Microsoft Excel that was introduced to replace VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match functions, but it is only available for Microsoft Excel 365 and Microsoft Excel Online. So if you have older versions of Microsoft Excel, you would need to know how to do index plus match functions so that you can use that to do what XLOOKUP can do. And we will have a video on index match functions very soon. So please watch out for this YouTube channel because we're going to drop that video very soon. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. If you are a new visitor to this YouTube channel, please subscribe to this channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like the content. And just know that we are dedicated to bringing contents about Microsoft Excel to make it very easy to use and understand. So let us get started into XLOOKUP. We would use a lot of examples so that we can master how to use XLOOKUP very conveniently. And the link to the file that is used to practice is in the description box. So please do well to download the file so that you can practice alongside as you watch the video and gain better mastery of the use of XLOOKUP. Okay, so XLOOKUP, we're going to start in this particular, for this particular data, it is the data of a particular company where we have the name of the employees. Of course, you can see the position, you can see the monthly gross salary, and then we have another column called the additional benefit. And then we have another sheet called additional benefit where you see the full name, the employee ID, and the additional benefit. Here we want to calculate how much the additional benefit will be for each of the staff. And we can do this, of course, with XLOOKUP. So what we just need to do is equal to XLOOKUP, open the bracket, we select the lookup value. Of course, the common information in both sheets is the full name. So this is why we're using this as the lookup value. And of course, the lookup array, we are going to select this as the lookup array because this is the column that has the lookup value. Now, it's of course very important to mention that XLOOKUP allows you to select individual columns that contains the lookup value and that contains your return value, unlike VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP where you have to select an entire table. So this is an advantage that XLOOKUP has over VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. And of course, we're going to fix this so that we can drag the formulas. You do that by hitting on F4. But if your F4 key on your keyboard is having another functionality, you need to hold down the function button on your keyboard before hitting the F4 button. So we go to the next argument, which is the return array. The return array, of course, is the additional benefit which we have here. And we are going to fix this so that we can drag, and this is what we have. So we can ignore other functionalities, other arguments in the XLOOKUP function if we do not need it at this moment. And then this is what we have. I'm just going to drag it down. And what exactly we need, what we need right now is we want to know what the additional benefit is in value. So I'm just going to do multiply like this. And this is what we have. So we scroll down. Now we can see that for some of the cells, we are getting -NAs being returned to us, showing us an error. Now, if we use VLOOKUP, if we use VLOOKUP to get this, of course we can use VLOOKUP. This is the lookup value, okay? And then the table array is this, and the column index number is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, because of course what we need as the return is the additional benefit. So we're going to put 3 there and we get a false. and we close the bracket. And of course, we also have a hash NA. But for Xlookup, which is this column D we're working in, we can see that there is an additional requirement, an additional argument instead that says if not found. You can tell Microsoft Excel what to return to you if it cannot find the lookup value. So in this case, we'll put a 0 and then we will drag down. Now, this is the advantage of using Xlookup. For VLOOKUP, what we can do for this is to add the if error function, okay, to tell Microsoft Excel, of course, if there is an error, this is what you should return back to us. So you need to merge, you need to add another function if you're using the VLOOKUP. But for Xlookup, there's no need for that because it's already embedded in the function. Right? So we go to the next example, which is doing partial matches. By default, Xlookup returns exact matches, but of course, we can have situations where we have partial matches. Partial matches is when your lookup value is not entirely complete, right? So you're telling Excel, you can search for me, okay, in the lookup array, but at the same time, please search even if you see something that looks partially like what I'm looking for. So we do equal to Xlookup, and then we select this as the lookup value, right? But for partial matches, what we need to really understand is to do partial matches, we need to attach wildcards. So wildcards are text in Microsoft Excel, placeholders for text of variable length. Okay, and most of the times, or all the time, wildcards are considered as text. So while using wildcards, you need to always put them in quotation marks so that Excel will understand that you're using wildcards. And you can use wildcards before your lookup value or after. It depends on the place where your incomplete information is located. In this particular video, we can see that mom is here for Incredible Mom, okay, which is row number 7, this one, okay, Incredible Mom. And we are supposed to have incredible before mom. So this means that our wildcard is going to be in front of the lookup value. This is what we have. We put in quotation marks, and we're using the star wildcard, and we put the ampersand. So do not forget this. So we go to the lookup array, which is this that we have right here. And of course, our return array would be the same because we want to determine what is the full name of the staff. Okay, we have just one of the names. We want to know what the full name is. Now we go to the next argument, which is if not found. We don't really need this. We go to the next argument, which says the match mode. So this is very important because we are not looking for an exact match, right? And we of course have inserted wildcards. So we choose this. We choose this option which says wildcard character match. And while you select that, you get a 2 and you can close the bracket. And this is what we have. So and of course, we can do this for, let's say, dad, and then you're going to have awesome dad, right? Which is in row number 8. And so this is what we have. And of course, if we insert wildcards through this particular functions, then we're going to see that we will have values for this. Let us just try that. In this case, we have spring, okay, and here we have springboard. So in this particular example, the value is after. Okay, so we are going to insert our wildcards. We put the ampersand, and we're going to insert that after, and put the quotation marks, and then we are going to add the next argument, which is this, and let us drag down to see what happens. This is what we have. This is so perfect. Now, these are coming up as zeros, of course, because we do not have Niger Bridge in the additional benefit sheet. Neither do we have Goodness Me as a staff there. So this is why we still have zeros here. So this is how to use wildcards in XLOOKUP. And this, of course, you can use wildcards in VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, but with XLOOKUP, you have already the wildcard functionality embedded in the XLOOKUP function, and that makes it super duper easy to use. So the next example we will go to right now is how to do horizontal, how to, of course, use XLOOKUP for horizontal information that is placed horizontally. Okay, and so we have this information right here placed vertically already, and of course we can transpose this, okay, just by using the transpose function, and then we select the array of what we want to transpose, we close the bracket, and this is what we have. Of course, this is not showing up as percentages. We can just do the formatting in the home tab, and this is what we have. So we have our information showing up horizontally, and then let us see the use of XLOOKUP for horizontal information, how it works. We have this as the lookup value, of course, and the lookup array is the row that contains the lookup value, which is this. And then we have the return array, which is the additional benefit, which is this one. If not found, equal to 0. And then you give me this. You can see that we are getting the exact same amount that we had in the first instance. So I'm just going to add that. And this is what we have. Now, this is showing up because I did not fix the cells, okay? So this is what happens when you forget to fix the rows, of course, the range of cells that you have selected. So let me quickly do that and drag this down again. Good, this is what we have. And of course, this is showing a 0 because we did not insert wildcards. So this is how to use XLOOKUP to check for vertical information and for horizontal information. It works perfectly. Now, another advantage that XLOOKUP has over VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is that for XLOOKUP, you can search for your array of data towards the left or towards the right. But for VLOOKUP, you can only go from left to right. You cannot go from right to left. But XLOOKUP allows you to look up functions, look up values, either from left to right or from right to left. It does not matter the direction where your data is placed. So this is another super duper advantage that XLOOKUP has over VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP as well. So we are going to go to another example, which is doing two-way lookups, right? So you can do two-way lookups with XLOOKUP, and it's like a nested XLOOKUP functionality. So to do this, let us just take this out because this was for illustration purposes. So we are going to do two-way lookups. And right now we want to have a situation where we can just select the full name of the staff and select, when we select the full name of the staff, we select which of the benefits we want to see, if it's a monthly gross salary, or if it is the additional benefit. So what we do here, of course, we can do a data validation. And this is data validation. We create a list. Down here, we create a list. And then we select all the full names of the staff and we put it there. And here, of course, we can make any selection that we want. And for the next one, we are going to choose let's click on that again. Get the list. And this time around, the source is just two headings, right? So we do the OK. And here, of course, from the drop down, we can make any selection. So if you want to know how to create drop-down lists very seamlessly, please, the link to that video is in the description box. There was a specific video that was done for creating drop-down lists and the various options that we have with creating drop-down lists. Okay, so we want to do a two-way lookup, right? Because we want to look for multiple information at the same time. We can do this with Xlookup. In this case, the lookup value is this. And then we have a lookup array, which is this. And the return array, we're going to put another Xlookup. Okay, in this case, in the second Xlookup, this is the lookup value, of course, and the lookup array is this, and this is going to be our return array. And then we close that, and we close that again. So this is what we have. Of course, I'm just going to quickly put a comma. I like to put commas, right? So if you select, say, doormat, the additional benefit for doormat is this. Let's just do a quick check. This is the additional benefit. And if you want to know what the monthly gross salary is, this is what we have. And then we can do, of course, we can get this, the total benefit, right? Do that in bold, do Control B to make it bold, and we just add these two cells together and we drag it down. And of course, okay, we can expand the data list right here. Expand the data list to increase the source to include this. And in the Xlookup function, we can expand this to include E. And then we expand this to include E. Get that right. Perfect. So we can, of course, as well check for the total benefit for doormat, for this particular employee called doormat. So this is how we can do two-way lookups with Xlookup functions. Super duper easy and very straight to the point. So you can even, of course, create a small dashboard where you just make selections for any of the stuff that you want to see, and you make your selections and you can see the information very easy. So for Xlookups as well, very important, we can also, okay, we can also use format as table to do our Xlookups as well. And this is super interesting. So we are going to do that right away. I have of course, to convert your information to tables, you just select any cell and you do Control C and you click on OK. Okay, so this is what we have. If you want to also see a video on how to format as tables, we have a dedicated video for that. You can please go to the description box and see the link and watch how to format as tables so that you can gain a mastery of that as well. We are going to just rename this table quickly and call it benefit. And you hit the enter button. Perfect. So how do we use Xlookup to search for information when you have formatted a table? Let us say that this is our lookup value, of course, right? So Xlookup, the lookup value is this, and the lookup array, we are just going to type benefit and the table will pop up. So you can make selection of what the lookup array will be and take note of the kind of bracket that you need to use. So in this case, this is the lookup array, and we go to the next. The return array is also this. We open the bracket. In this case, we want to see what the position is. What is the position of this person? and then I close the bracket, and this is what I have. So Awesome Dad is a finance officer. Okay, and we can also use XLOOKUP on a table to get a range of information or a list of information about a specific lookup value. Okay, we're just going to do that right away. XLOOKUP. We also have Awesome Dad as the lookup value, and of course, the lookup array is benefit, the table. We open this bracket, and then we have the full name, and I close this and I do a comma. The return array is just the table. Okay, I am not going to make a specific selection, and I just close the bracket, and this is what I have. So all the information on the row for Awesome Dad has been returned by Microsoft Excel with the use of XLOOKUP. And of course, if we want to transpose this information because you're not comfortable with the way it is being displayed, all you need to do is to include the transpose function right here. And this is your array. So this is what we have. Okay, super duper easy to use and easy to understand. So we're going to stop right here. In this particular video, we looked at various examples on how to use XLOOKUP, only the XLOOKUP, including how to use XLOOKUP to remove errors, how to also do partial matches, how to use transpose. Of course, we learned how to transpose information using the transpose function, how to also use wildcards. We also did nested XLOOKUP to do two-way lookups, and we also saw how to use XLOOKUP on tables and also transpose. Thank you so much for sticking and watching this video. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the contents. Please also include comments in the comment section on what videos you would like us to make. And of course, you can contact me directly if you have specific needs of things you need to learn in Microsoft Excel. And we will soon be having our Microsoft Excel masterclass very soon, where we are going to have one-on-one dedicated sessions of learning everything on Microsoft Excel. So please do contact me on my social media handles, which is in the description box, and you can also drop me an email. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up to encourage more content. Thank you, and see you in another video.